How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of Homebrew Wednesday up in this piece in the form of my boy Dave. Dave. He's used David and Dave, so I can use either. A little bit of Homebrew IPA. This is called Atlantus. And that sweet, delicious duct tape label. And I genuinely mean that I love the crap out of that. I love duct tape labels. My buddy Ryan from Homebrew, he uses them quite a bit. So I'm excited. David, he was kind of in my area, and he said, hey, man, I'd love to drop off some beers. And he was just down the street, so we did a social distancing handoff. There's some commercial beers in there, but there was also a little bit of homebrew, and I'm kind of pumped because we love us some homebrew. 6.5% pale ale. I mean, that's kind of what I want it to look like, to be honest with you. Not super turbid. Looks ultra drinkable. Almost looks like something that is like the yeast is more kind of more, for the lack of a better term, like it's something like Allagash would do with like an interesting yeast as opposed to just London 3 or something along those lines. It just has that brightness, kind of mixed culture thing going on with it. So bright, vibrant, looking pretty. He told me he's been, ultimate goal for everybody that homebrews. They would love to open a brewery, but he's been homebrew for about 5 years, so it's not his first rodeo. But it looks like very much a pretty beer. Let's get a nose. Yeah, it really does sit in the citrus end of things. There's nothing all that bittering on the beer itself. It's more of a bright kind of lemon, orange kind of citrus, a little bit of pineapple, but it's very much on the bright end of things. Malt driven, not all that bittering with that big sweetness to it. And by malt driven, I mean like a crackery, nice kind of malt base as opposed to like a brewer sugar kind of thing going on. But it is that kind of bright, lemony, delicate, brighter version of citrus as opposed to just a big orange juice thing or grapefruit or something like that. It's a bit more spritzy, a bit more lighter, a bit more mimosa-y. Just dive in. Cheers. Ooh, there's a decent bitterness on there. Very much grapefruit. And that bitterness. It does have this nice pop of this kind of lemon lime kind of thing, which I do really dig. And then you get that big kind of grapefruit bittering pithiness that kind of pops in there. It's got a really nice mouthfeel, appropriate mouthfeel for 6.5%. It's not going to be confused with thick or dense or turbid or any of those words, but it's got this nice soft mouthfeel. It's not water nerdy level softness, but it's a nice softness. And that cool pop of that grapefruit bittering is really welcome because you do, not that it gets overly sweet and not even close to overly sweet. It's finished quite well, but there is a nice little pop of sweetness on there. But just to get that back and forth between that bright, I keep going to lemon, and it's more like lemon bars as opposed to the actual like lemon. It's the sweetened lemon with that pineapple. Then you have that pop of that grapefruit on the other end of things to give you this nice kind of back and forth and bitterness. It's a really, really well done, really fun IPA. And that's the thing. When you talk about homebrews, most often not, people are kind of trying to mimic the beers that they really enjoy. I don't taste a lot of this kind of beer all that often, to be honest with you. How pineapple lemony forward this is really fun, really interesting, really well made. I can't get anything as far as negativity off of this beer. And it's honestly some of the better lower ABV hazy I've had across the board, homebrew or otherwise. And that's not me kind of pulling, Mr. Nice Guy shit here. I even told him on handoff, I'll give you my thoughts on it. And it really does have this bright lemony grapefruit and pineapple thing that really makes me happy. Mouth feels nice. I mean, I can see some people saying it's a little bit too aggressive on the bittering, but not me. Honestly, there's not much to poop on here, buddy. Sorry to not shit all over your beer because I'm sure you'd love that, but as for what I dig and what I enjoy in beer, this is kind of it when it comes to hazy stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy, big, bold, 2x4 to the face. It's not doing that to me. So at its ABV level, it's hitting at its weight class. It's giving me a unique twist. And the way the hops are presenting themselves, I like the way the bittering comes off. The mouth feels nice. There's beers I've had better than this. I'm not going to say this is like Mount Rushmore best hazy I've ever had in my life, but it's one of the better ones, period, commercial. Otherwise, that's the thing. It's just tasty. I really dig that lemon characteristic on top of that pineapple. I like the way the grapefruit kind of shows up in the bittering side of things. Mouthfeel's on point. Clean as clean can be. I dig it, dude. Done. There's nothing else to say. I'd be rehashing all the other stuff I was going to say about it. There you go. Homebrew in the books, man. Thank you very much for thinking of me, Dave. And just dropping 2 of these on me. I have another one of these, so that might go down pretty quick. I'm kind of in the mood for a couple beers this early afternoon. I just watched Arsenal beat Tottenham, so hence the reason why I'm still wearing my top here. And sat and did a live kind of stream of us watching the game, so figured I'd pop off a couple of reviews afterwards. And this is hitting the spot, so thank you very much, brother. So there you go. A little homebrew review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you dig on homebrew reviews, you mind sending some stuff off, you're more than welcome to reach out. Matt at massivebeers.com or massivebeers@gmail.com. Down there if you want to talk about the homebrew podcasting stuff, Beer Massive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little homebrew right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.